Let's face it, the way that we communicate can make it very difficult to understand each other, especially in dating and relationships. Mixed signals leave two people reacting to false information. And when you add to the mix the various platforms of communication that we have, there's even more opportunity to miscommunicate. So let's talk about some common dating mixed signals. Hi everybody, this is Godsgirl G. Thank you for joining me today. And before we get into today's video, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. By subscribing, it will ensure that you don't miss any of my videos, which I upload new videos on a weekly basis. And while you're at it during today's video, if there is something that you hear that resonates with you, why don't you click that thumbs up or comment in the comments section below. I do read all of my comments and I do try to respond to all of them accordingly. So let's get into today's video. The most common complaint that I hear in the dating landscape these days is mixed signals. So your date was fantastic and the person said that they would call you soon, but they didn't. Or maybe what you thought was a growing relationship suddenly went cold when they started acting distant. Or maybe the person made an out of the blue comment that causes you to wonder what they meant. If you've ever been in any of those predicaments, well, we're gonna talk about that today. Given that our lives are played out over different communication platforms, more than telephone, it's texting and social media, emails, it can be very difficult to decipher what someone actually meant in their comments. Mixed signals can be, simply put, a miscommunication, or it can be an excuse to hold you at arm's length. So I want to talk about 8 common mixed signals to look out for when dating. And by the way, getting a mixed signal is actually, again, a common thing. And at the conclusion of these 8 signals that I'm going to discuss, I also want to give you some tips that might help you work through some of these mixed signals. So here it goes. Mixed signal number 1, they don't call you when you expected them to. So you feel that the date went great. They said that they would give you a call and they don't. Mixed signal number 2, you see post-breakup behavior. You're on another date and the person across from you keeps bringing up their ex. Mixed signal number 3, they say that they can't wait to see you again, but they're too busy to make any plans. Mixed signal number 4, they creep your social media posts. Let me explain this one. They'll comment on a recent picture that you posted on social media with a fire emoji and no other comments. What does that mean? What? That don't make no sense. Mixed signal number 5, they won't open up emotionally, but they expect you to. Mixed signal number 6, they flirt with other people when they're on a date with you. Mixed signal number 7, so you've gone out on a couple of dates and things from your perspective are looking pretty good. And every time you bring up the "so what are we" conversation, they avoid it. What does that mean? Mixed signal number 8, they won't show affection in public, but they'll show affection in private. Okay. So those are 8 common mixed signals. Now, in and of themselves, those mixed signals don't really mean, it's hard to interpret what the person is meaning because, again, it's a mixed signal. And depending on where you are in your dating relationship, if you are first dating, that versus you've gone out on a couple of dates and these mixed signals are coming out, it could actually mean multiple things on a spectrum of they like you or they don't like you. It's just this, it forces you to play the game, they love me not. So now let's talk about what to remember the next time you find yourself in a mixed signal situation. First, don't jump to any assumptions or conclusions. Don't waste too much energy trying to interpret what someone else really needs to clarify. As one thing that we've talked about on this channel, time has a way of revealing a lot of things. So don't jump to conclusions too quickly. 2, see things the way that they really are. Take the blinders off and really look at the situation. It could be that you're really not getting a mixed signal, but because you have rose-colored glasses on, you really don't see clearly what the person is trying to communicate. Because when you really like somebody, it has a way of clouding your judgment. Tip 3, don't take things too personally. Mixed signals may not have anything at all to do with you. Tip 4, back off. Give it some space to breathe. Tip 5, believe what you're told until convinced you shouldn't. You know, people have a really interesting way of saying a lot without saying anything. Tip 6, recognize that the other person may have some issues going on that, again, have nothing to do with you. The confusion can lie with what's going on in their life, not yours. Tip 7, stop being so demanding. In other words, get your life and stop trying to demand so much from that other person. Tip 8, make sure you're not the cause of the confusion. Feeling insecure may prompt you to send your own mixed signals, which can make matters worse. Beware of overanalyzing the situation. When you're strongly attracted to someone, it's easy to dissect every single word, action, and tone of voice. So be careful with that. So I hope these signals and the tips that I use to kind of help deal with these mixed signals helped you today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Have a great one.